everyone. Happy December. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new with us, my name is Lauren. Welcome to Start with Lauren. I'm excited to have you here with me this week. Today I'm going to be doing a favorites video for you. It's my November favorites. Favorites videos are some of my favorites. I'm excited to do my first one. Please like and subscribe below to get reminders and notifications on my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my beauty favorites first. And the first favorite that I have is this blush, which is the Papa Don't Peach blush by Too Faced. Comes in this cute little metal container. And I love this blush because it's very glowy and minimalistic. I'm used to using pinkish tones for blushes, but I found that I wanted to try something a little bit different after my last blush ran out. So I picked this one up at the suggestion of someone at Sephora who said that this was good for all skin tones. I can't guarantee that that's the case. I've only tried it on my skin, but this is the color on it. Let's see if we can zoom in there. And I'll do a little swatch here, and you might be able to see. But it's very glowy. It's very glowy. It's very minimalistic. I love that it comes with a big mirror. I've been using the mirror a lot as I travel. So Papa Don't Peach blush, absolutely love it. The next beauty favorite is from a more local brand. This is the Essential Hand and Body Cream by Mount Royal Soap Company. This cream is really amazing. I picked it up at a craft fair that we have in DC every year called Crafty Bastards, and I am just in love with this. It's really thick, but also you may be able to see it's got kind of a whipped texture to it, and it goes on just really, really light, not greasy at all. It uses mango butter, coconut oil, and shea butter. Those are the main three ingredients. I love how it smells. It has this grapefruity smell, and I mean, I think the nicest thing about any winter lotion, you want something that's going to hydrate you and moisturize you without being oily, and this is exactly that. And I absolutely love this. I think it's really hard to find creams that can do both. So highly recommend. I'll put a link down below to their Etsy shop or their online store so that you can pick it up for yourself. So that is the Essential Hand and Body Cream, again, from Mount Royal Soap Company. Okay, so my next favorite, and this has probably been my favorite for the past couple of months when it comes to beauty products, but I had to bring it up since this is my first favorite video that I've ever done, and that is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. Now, if you are a beauty guru or you watch a lot of beauty videos, you've probably seen the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. For me, I had never tried it before, I think like July. My younger sister Hannah had purchased one of these and was using it, and I went and stole some of it. Sorry, Hannah. I think she knows by now, but I went and stole some of it, and I was amazed. I had never used like a primer before, hadn't really got into the setting sprays, and this stuff really works. It's just a really light mist, which is nice, and it smells pretty good. Maybe like a light hairspray smell, which honestly isn't really selling it, but I promise it's just an unoffensive smell. But I just put about 3 sprays on my face. You kind of hold it out here a little bit like this, and I find that my makeup stays on really well all day. I have dry to combination skin, so I never had any problems with oiliness and my makeup coming off, just more the lasting power of my makeup, and that by the end of the day, it would just kind of be a little bit worn. And I find that using this stuff, I don't need to touch up my makeup in the evening if I'm going out somewhere, or maybe I just need to touch it up a little bit. So not nearly as much as previously where I might feel like I needed to redo my makeup before I went out for the evening, or do some really heavy redoing. So this is really excellent. Highly recommend the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. And this is actually, just to mention, the travel size of this. It comes in a much bigger size, but I like the travel size because I travel for work once a month, and this has become such a need for me that I always want to have it with me. So travel size is the way to go. Also to mention, this is only the second one that I've bought since August, so it does last a pretty long time as well. Okay, next we're gonna talk clothes. And I don't actually have any specific items of clothes that I've ordered this month, but I wanted to talk to you all about a service that I tried for the first time in November, and that is Trunk Club. Trunk Club is a subscription service through Nordstrom that allows you to order a box of clothes, a stylist picks them out for you. I believe you pay like a $20 to $25 styling fee. They ship the clothes to your house, you try them on, you keep the ones that you want, the styling fee goes towards whatever clothes you buy, and then everything else gets returned, and then you keep those clothes. I also find that the clothes are usually on somewhat of a discount compared to what you would spend on them at Nordstrom. That's just been my experience so far, which is pretty nice. So I haven't used the Trunk Club box service yet, but Trunk Club in DC actually has a in-house styling office boutique that you can go into and get styled in person, which is really awesome. My stylist and I had so much fun. It was me and her and then one of my friends, and we tried on a bunch of different outfits, some of which I didn't like, some of which I loved. She was just trying to get a sense of me for my first time, what my style was, so that next time, you know, she can better choose for me. And there were tons of things that I wanted, some that I definitely couldn't afford, but I came out of there with some really good picks and some pieces that I think are going to last me quite a while. This is one of those pieces. I picked up this sweater and it's very baggy. I rolled up the sleeves a little bit. It's in this like burnt orange color, and it has this nice little slit here on the side, a big turtleneck. This is from Free People. I realize this is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but big grandma sweaters I really love, and it looks really cute belted as well, which was something fun that we did with the stylist. You know, we tried different ways to wear things. The other big thing that I got were these leggings that I'm wearing. These are actually Spanx leggings. I had no idea that Spanx made leggings. They are the most comfortable leggings I've ever worn, and they have this like fake leather texture to them, but it doesn't feel like leather. It just feels textured. So they're incredibly comfortable, not see-through at all. I highly recommend these leggings. They're amazing. And if you can get away with wearing leggings and they look like professional pants, that's just really all of my dreams coming true. Okay, next we're moving on to food. In the food category, I have 2 items this month. The first one might be edging a little bit more on the holiday Christmas side, but I thought I would include it in this one. And that is from Trader Joe's. It's the Salty Honey Toffee Milk Chocolate Covered Crackers. So I actually used to work at Trader Joe's back when I had my first job. I worked there part-time to make a little bit of extra money. I am very enamored and aware of all of the fun stuff that comes in at Trader Joe's and all the awesome products they get in at the holidays. I always go and check out at every season what these new products might be, and these are amazing. They're like these little crackers and kind of like a saltine, and then they're covered with chocolate and topped with toffee. I'm not gonna eat one now, I just got off a plane, so I'm not really feeling sweets, but look how cute they are. You almost don't want to eat it, but I did. They're really good. So if you like toffee, if you like salty sweet combo, definitely check these out. I think they were like $3 or something like that. These would also make a really nice like housewarming gift or party gift. Trader Joe's during the holidays also has lots of other chocolates and sweets and savories, just a variety of different snacks. So you should check them out if you're preparing to go to a party and just want to bring something nice. A treat like this would be a really good gift. Okay, and my next food item that's not really a food item, but I feel like it's related to food, so I'm gonna include it in this category, is this tumbler that I got from Starbucks. This is a part of the Bando Starbucks collab. I think must be their Christmas collab or something, because it's got this like pinkish, goldish plaid with the green. And I picked this up because I have a couple of tumblers, but they're really small. I just like to have water on me at all times, and my tumblers that I had before were probably about this tall. So I couldn't really hold a lot of water in these. I'm on calls all day for my job. I mentor students, and so I really wanted to get a vessel that would stay with me for a little bit longer, and I only have to refill it, you know, once or twice a day. So this has been really nice. It's got a really secure lid, which I like. I really like this one, and it's just been really useful so far, so would highly recommend. I needed that. The second last category I'm going to talk about is entertainment. I have a lot of really good entertainment picks this month. I'm really excited to talk about them. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is my favorite show of the month, and that is Younger. Younger is a show that I binged on Hulu. I binged it in like a little over a week, so not great, but the episodes are only half an hour long, and there's about 10 or 12 episodes a season, so I don't feel as bad, but it was just so good. If you haven't heard of Younger before, it's a TV show starring Sutton Foster, and it's about a woman who is divorced and trying to get back in to publishing, which she worked in when she was in her 20s, and she's trying to find a new job and she can't. No one will hire her. So she pretends that instead of being 41, her actual age, she pretends that she's 26 and goes and gets an assistant job at a publishing house, and antics ensue. Hilary Duff also stars in this show, and she is excellent. She is the best friend of Sutton Foster, and they are colleagues in the show. It's just really fun and light and entertaining. Really a perfect show for this time of year when the season is busy, and I don't know, for me personally, I just don't want to deep dive into something that's really heavy or is going to require a lot of time to sit and watch an episode. Something quick and easy and fun. And this was exactly that. So highly recommend Younger. Check it out. It's streaming for free on Hulu if you haven't. My next recommendation is a book. This is also, to preface, a lot more serious than my pick for Younger, just because of the topic material. So I will bring that up just off the bat. And the book that I'm going to recommend is called The Bright Hour by Nina Riggs. This is my library book copy. And this book is really beautiful. It is a challenging read. It is a book about a woman who was diagnosed with terminal cancer and how she deals with it. I do not usually read books that are this challenging and topic material, books about illness. I find for myself that I struggle to get through books like this, but I didn't with this one, which is why I really wanted to recommend it. Because I found this book to be really illuminating and really positive for being a book about terminal illness. Riggs breaks the book down into really small, manageable chapters. Some chapters are just a paragraph long. It's a really beautiful story about how she spent the year and several months before she passed away really dedicating her life to writing this book, and her friends and her family and the people that she was most passionate about, and what it means to live a life well lived no matter the circumstances. I posted an Instagram review on the book, and one of my favorite quotes is about this conversation that she's having with her husband, John. They're talking about what it means to have cancer and how he's just excited for it all to be over. This is early on in her diagnosis, and she says that she doesn't want to treat these days any differently because these are still her days. I'm paraphrasing this, but they're still her days, and she wants to make the most of them. And that is really what shines through this book, and that just message of no matter your circumstances, no matter what you're going through, if you dedicate your life to the things that you care about, it will still be a life well lived. So I can't recommend this enough. I recommended it, gave it 5 stars on my Goodreads profile. I'll link my Goodreads profile below. I'm a pretty avid Goodreads user, but I gave it 5 stars, which I don't give very often to books. I'm pretty stingy with those recommendations, but it's a really beautiful story. I think even for a time of year, which for some people may be a really difficult time of year, this might really resonate with you, give you some comfort during a challenging season, if this is a challenging season for you. Okay, and my last entertainment recommendation. I probably recommend this constantly to my friends, but I needed to bring this up and include this in my first favorites because I talk about this podcast all the time. And it is called The Popcast with Knox and Jamie. It is just the best podcast ever. It is a pop culture podcast, and the tagline for the show that they always use is things that entertain but do not matter. That is exactly what the podcast is about. Every week they cover a topic and they deep dive into a certain area of pop culture. Past episodes like this have included the nose of Christmas. So what things in pop culture are Christmassy that we don't like? Or the Chris America pageant, where they rank all of the different Chris's in Hollywood, and we know there are a lot of Chris's, and rank them and do a pageant with these Chris's during the episode. Probably my favorite episode of all time. If you had to start anywhere, listen to the Chris America pageant. I am also a Patreon member for the podcast because I love them so much, which means that I get bonus episodes every single month. So I get a weekly news update called The More You Know. They also include Bachelor recaps. So if you watch The Bachelor, I watch it sometimes, but it's still really funny to listen to, even if you don't watch the show, which is really a testament to how good they both are. And then they also do these episodes called Cinema Side Pieces where they deep dive on a movie. The last one that they did was Twilight. Before that, they did Mean Girls. Before that, it was Titanic. So it's a variety of different movies, but people who are on Patreon can vote which movie they want to listen to or listen to them review. So it's really excellent. It's incredibly well produced. Knox and Jamie are both hilarious. I also just read Knox's book called The Wondering Years, which I would also recommend. It's a really interesting book. You should check out my review on Goodreads if you want some more information about that. It's also very much about pop culture. I love this podcast. I love the Popcast. It's pure joy in a podcast, and I could not recommend it enough. This brings me to my final area of favorites for the month, and these are events, things that I went to or enjoyed, memories that I made that I can't actually hold but that I wanted to talk to you about. And my best memory from this past month was hosting my first Friendsgiving. I know it was all over my blog. I talked a lot about how I prepared for it, but to give you a quick recap, we had an incredible Friendsgiving at my house. We had 13 people here, 2 dogs, amazing food, lots of new friends, just great company, and that is honestly my favorite part about a Friendsgiving, is that you just get to enjoy the holiday, enjoy the time with people, chat, relax, play games. It's not about being fussy, it's just about enjoying everybody's company, and that is how I felt on that day, and it was just an amazing, fun experience, and I loved everything about it. The other event that I wanted to share was the trip that I took after Friendsgiving. Please enjoy my dog's foot, by the way, if you see this. She's laying upside down right now. Hi. The other event that I wanted to talk about was my trip to New York. I went to New York the day after Thanksgiving to visit my friend Kelsey, who has been one of my friends for a really long time. She invited me to come visit her, check out her new apartment, help her set it up and everything. And she surprised me with 2 of the most lovely, generous surprises ever. The first thing was we went to tea at the Plaza Hotel, which for me was just amazing. I have always wanted to go to the Plaza and particularly have tea in the Palm Court, just like Eloise, who is a character in literature that I just adore, and it felt so incredibly magical to be there and to be with her, and just such a truly special memory that I will always treasure. And then the surprises continued, and she took me to go see Frozen on Broadway with the original Broadway cast, and it was such an amazing show. The effects were incredible, the performers, the singers were amazing. If you've seen the movie, they remind you a lot of the movie characters. And for the 2 of us, we used to live together. She was my roommate in Virginia, and we would watch this movie all the time. We went to go see it with each other when it came out. She took me to go see it her second time, my first time. So this movie has always been a really big part of our friendship, which made it even more special to go see the show together. If you're in New York or traveling to New York, go see Frozen. It is so worth it and so much fun, and a really great holiday show, of course. All right, thank you so much for joining me. That's everything that I have for my November favorites. Please give this a like or subscribe below if you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate any sort of love that you can give this video and help promote the channel as it's continuing to grow. Thank you all so much again. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye.